Finishing this stream. No, I'm finishing this stream no matter what. We was just on Twitch and this shit just got cooked. We're finishing this stream no matter what. I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I don't give a fuck. What's good with y'all boys on the cloud, bruh? What's good with y'all? Hey, man, we watching My Story animated, bruh. Let's get straight to it. We gonna finish this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Got an F in her English exam, but thanks to me, ended up getting an A on her report card. I was telling her all that to impress her. However, she got really mad and said, "I'm working my ass off day and night to study, and you give away A's to a bunch of undeserving brats you've slept with?" I didn't know what to respond, and Lara stormed out.
I mean, when she puts it like that, yeah, he's really a dickhead. I'm not gonna lie. She be working hard, and the other girls just be working hard in a different place, and they get what she gets. It's crazy.
I had a bad feeling, but I had no idea just how bad things were about to get. Laura contacted both the local authorities and several newspapers to tell them how I was the only boy at my dad's all-girls school.
Laura, yo, standing on business.
How I had abused my power to give some of my favorite girls good grades in return for you know what. It turned into a huge
that's
scandal,
a crazy
and
story.
everyone blamed my dad for what I had done.
Oh, they blamed his dad? Oh, fuck. Because he probably signed off as oh, shit. Yo, Pops was trying to do this to clear his image. His image just got worse, bruh. Damn.
He got so much negative press that the board of directors of his own company decided to fire him as the CEO. At first, my dad hated me for all the trouble
ruined his life.
Him. But now, without the job and without the stress that comes with being a CEO, he became a much more relaxed person and forgave me. He even said, "I'm glad I no longer work 12 hours a day. I have all the money in the world."
Bro, how did you end up not going to jail or being the bad guy at the end of this story? Nigga, what? You was literally giving out A+ if girls slept with you, bro. That's one of the worst things you can really do.
So why shouldn't I enjoy myself a little? Right now, my dad does nothing but play golf all day and have fun. And why not if it makes him happy? If you enjoyed watching our animated story...
L conclusion, bro. I ain't learned a single thing, bro. I'm supposed to be learning shit from this story, bro. I ain't gonna lie. All I learned is that if you manipulate people, you get whatever you want, bro, with no consequences. L-ass story. I'm not gonna lie. On the crazy scale, though, 7.8. We've seen crazier. I'm not gonna lie. We for sure seen crazier. I'm not gonna hold you. All right, next one. My life inside a billionaire school. Let's get to it.
Hey, I'm Sarah, and for the last few years, I've been going to this super expensive private school for rich kids. Let me share a few stories of the craziest things I've seen happening here. First of all, almost all guys in my grade have several sugar babes. It really sucks. I mean, how shall I find a boyfriend in school if most guys here can date pretty much any model they want?
Wait. Okay, having sugar babies in the high school is buffoonery. What? How is that allowed?
You see, I'm just a normal girl. I grew up middle class. And only when my perfect mom, who is both a professor at a prestigious university and super beautiful, married a well-known Wall Street billionaire, I suddenly had to move to New York City and was put into this school for rich kids. At first, I felt super uncomfortable.
W mom for getting the bag.
Everyone wore designer clothes and looked at me like I was...
Let me get these niggas mods real quick, bro, because y'all over here is talking about I goon to you and shit. Yeah, let me go ahead. Let's shut that shit down real quick. I ain't gonna lie. Cordell, please cut this out. Please cut this out. Let me shut this shit down real quick. Hold on. Yeah, right now. Right now. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck. Immediately. Yo, Mari, Luck, congratulations, you mod. Add as moderator. I'm gonna give you standard. And then we gonna give, what's the other one? We just... My YouTube being laggy. Hopefully this shit good. I don't know. All right, let's get to it.
Misfit. Maybe because I wore H&M and didn't have the latest iPhone. The cool kids completely ignored me, so I asked my mom's billionaire husband if he would give me some money for shopping. He kindly gave me $200, but I told him, "I'm sorry, but that's just not enough."
What? He gave you... How you finna beg for money, look at the money that person gives you, and say, it's not good enough. Nigga, if you don't accept that shit, bro, if it's not good enough, then, sorry, chat, but get a job! Get one of these! Get one of these, all right? My fault, y'all. I had to explain it, though. I had to get that shit off real quick.
Classmates all wear designer clothes. I think I'll need at least $3,000 to buy good enough clothes to fit in. He shook his head in disappointment, but gave me the money anyway. Then I went on a wild shopping spree, buying tons of super fancy clothes. Sounds fun, but it wasn't. Because I had worn modest clothes all my life, and now I was betraying my own values just to make other people like me. It felt wrong. However, dressed like a rich girl, I went back to school and asked some of the cool kids how their weekend was. A girl responded, "Oh, it was..."
Okay, can I be honest, bro? Dressing like this in high school, is this not crazy, my nigga? Y'all dressing like y'all going to the club. Y'all going to first period, bro.
So funny because we saw a poor homeless woman on the streets, and then we had
Okay, hold on, bro. I know she homeless, my nigga, but jeez.
poor homeless
Why she shaking it like that, bro?
woman on the streets, and then we
What
had
she
a
doing with that
hilarious
cup,
idea.
bruh?
We bought an $800 Dolce & Gabbana sweater and gave it to her. It's
Okay,
so funny because
W's.
everyone will believe it's a fake one, even though it's real. I started laughing with them, even though I thought it was absolutely disgusting.
Wait, what? I thought y'all was trying to be nice. Y'all was making fun of her? What the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas, bro? What?
I mean, with that money, they
That
could
just
have rented
ruined my
her a home
mood.
for a
I
month
thought y'all was
or
trying to be
bought her food
cool.
for weeks. At least they accepted me into their clique. We were sitting down at an expensive restaurant when one of them spotted a beggar outside. He was still in his teens, and I felt so bad, but one of the girls said, "Why don't we invite him to dine at our table? We order expensive food and wait until he goes to the restroom. That's when we sneak out of the restaurant so that he has to pay the bill."
What is wrong with y'all? Y'all are evil. What? You finna do that to bro? Come on. How y'all finna do? Try to.
We all started laughing
bro.
again, and one girl
Y'all
went
gonna get y'all
outside to invite
karma,
the
bro.
homeless to eat with us. He looked tired, and I asked him to tell us his story, which was heartbreaking. He said his family had thrown him out when he was only 14, and ever since he'd been living on the streets. We ate together, and the other girl started giggling when he told us he'd go to the restroom. Once he was gone, we all stood up and left, but I quickly threw $300 on the table so he wouldn't get in trouble for not being able to pay. Things got even crazier when I was invited to my classmate
I guess,
Sergey's
but like at the same time, why are you hanging around these people, bruh?
birthday party. He was only 16 but living in his own New York City penthouse. I did some research and found out that it costs $30,000 a month to rent it.
Why would you ever rent something that costs $30,000 a month? That's the down payment on the house. Are we stupid? Did we just blow in for Stupid Town, my nigga? What?
Even more shocking was that he had 3 gorgeous models standing next to him at all times. At one point he said, "Me and my sugar babes welcome you to my home." I guess when you're rich you can buy love, or at least flesh.
But buying... Okay, flesh is crazy. Flesh is crazy. But like, chat, even if y'all ever got that money, would y'all want to buy sugar babies? Like, bro, well, I'd rather just make a genuine connection, bro. If you're only fucking with me for the money, bro, I know you not... There's nothing real here, bro. Why would I even entertain that? That's crazy, bro. I don't know, man.
And Sergey was Russian, and we all know that Russians love to brag about how rich they are so they can make poor people feel inferior. I mean, have you ever noticed how it's mostly Russian billionaires who need to own several yachts and show off? Well, to make things worse, Sergey didn't call his sugar babes by name, but by numbers. He said, "Hey, number 3, go get me a drink." But there is another dark side of rich kids I haven't talked about yet. My classmate Sergey was mentally weak. When one of our teachers told him to stop being so lazy and finally start doing his homework, Sergey flew into a rage and threatened our teacher, saying he would call his daddy to get him murdered. That same day, I came to the conclusion that rich kids shouldn't be allowed to inherit their parents' money, because rich kids are the scum of the earth. At least Sergey got kicked off the school after that incident. And only a month later, I was told that he had driven under the influence one night and hit someone. The person wasn't seriously injured, but when the police came, Sergey tried to bribe them off. He allegedly offered the policeman $50,000.
You offered them $50,000 and they said no? Nigga, if that was me, bro, body cam turns right off and I'm counting up them racks. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that's just not. Maybe that's why I'm not a police officer, though. I don't know.
Sergey, who was born in Russia, doesn't understand that you can't drive over people here in the US and get away with it. Even though I'm sure that it's possible in Russia, his motherland, the land of corrupt oligarchs that exploit their dumb citizens who
Yo, these writers hate Russia, bro. Jeez.
Believe that their president Putin cares about them, when actually he just enriches his oligarch friends while most people are continuing to live in poverty. I started to hate rich kids more and more, but there was one problem. I am a girl.
Got political
Us
in this
girls
shit.
have a natural tendency to be attracted to high-status guys with lots of money. There was this
Because y'all want to be taken care of from a nigga that fam and got the money and shit,
guy
bro.
Mason in the grade above me, and I really crushed on him. He was rich, handsome, and seemed super ambitious. He was a DJ in his free time and even had several songs with more than 1 million views on YouTube.
Damn.
I thought that he was the real deal, so I messaged him on Facebook and managed to get on a date with him. Oh, did I mention he was also jacked? I regularly hooked up with him, but then I found an injection in his room with some drug next to it called boldenone.
So he's on roids? What?
I googled it, and it turns out that it was an anabolic steroid. So he wasn't jacked because he was disciplined and regularly hit the gym. No, he took the shortcut and just injected poison into his body. Was he really that desperate to impress other people that he was willing to destroy his own health?
I'm not gonna lie, would y'all ever get on gear? Would y'all ever, like, take steroids? I'm not gonna hold you. Like, would y'all ever do that? I don't think I would. I like going to the gym, but I purely like going to the gym for discipline and to look at the hoes. I'm not gonna lie. But besides that, I really don't care. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, I also started wondering why I never saw him working on his laptop to produce new songs. I asked him about it, and he said, "Oh, I'm working with this other guy who does most of the technical work. I focus more on being on stage and rocking the club while he does the rest." Wow, this
So you're a fake phony. Got it, man. All right, bro.
guy who had tens of thousands of fans around the world and groupies every weekend on his concerts was basically just another spoiled little rich brat who had everything in life given to him. I told him, "Aren't you embarrassed to not work hard like other artists?" And he responded, "What are you talking about? I'm doing what everyone else does. Do you really think Justin Bieber produces his own music or writes his own lyrics?
That is
All
true.
he does is go on stage and sing. It's the easiest job in the world, and
That is true. I'm not gonna lie. Most of these artists don't do shit. All they do is just sing. They don't write. They don't create. They don't make the beats. They don't schedule nothing. They're just puppets. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to do it too. Groupies, money, and fame. That's all I need to be happy."
Then you gonna end up just like Justin Bieber. You see what happened to him? I ain't gonna lie.
Well, he kind of had a point, but I also knew that
No,
this was
he does
the
not.
kind of person I wanted to be in a relationship with. I mean, if I married this guy and I would get sick or something, then I knew I couldn't rely on him because he had never actually done anything hard in his life. And that's the problem with rich kids. They are weak. For example, many of the girls in my school did horse riding as a sport. Of course, they bragged about how good they are and how many medals they won, but really, it's mostly about who bought the best and most expensive horse.
That is
Now,
true.
don't get me wrong, there are also some great rich kids. Like Mike. He was the best student in class and didn't care about being popular. When we took a class trip to North Dakota and we were boarding a plane, my other classmate Jack didn't want to wait in line, so he put his
Wait, y'all took a trip to where? You said North Dakota?
He was the best student in class and didn't care about being popular. When we took a class trip to North Dakota,
Why the fuck are you going to North Dakota? What could you possibly do there? Nigga, are you finna like what? What? Yo, what is there to do in North Dakota?
we were boarding a plane. My other classmate Jack didn't want to wait in line, so he put his black sunglasses on and pretended to be blind so he could go to the line for handicapped and old people.
Yo, what?
That's when Mike had enough.
W
and told
method,
the
though, I'm not
stewardess
gonna
that
lie.
Jack was only pretending to be blind and should wait in line with the others. Jack responded, "Whoa, dude, this was just a test. Of course I wouldn't actually do this." "You
Aight,
just did
bruh.
it, so stop lying, you scumbag." This was the incident that inspired me to stop trying to be popular. I sold my designer clothes on eBay, gave the money I got back to my stepdad, and started wearing H&M again. I also went to Mike and asked why he was so different from the other kids, and he said, "Oh, it's because my dad said he'll give away all his money to charity. I get zero, nothing. So unless I get my life together, I'm in big trouble."
Damn. Fuck. He said fuck you then. Well, fuck you then. Yo, if you get rich, is that the way to go though? Because it looks like Mike turned out fine. The other ones turned out to be monsters. Like, who makes fun of homeless people, bro? Like, what?
But my parents gave me what's most important for a child, and that's love and attention. And don't
Okay.
get me wrong, I'm still super privileged. I was born in America, and I'm going to a private school. To be honest, I have enormous respect for wealthy people like Bill Gates, who will donate most of their money to charity instead of spoiling their dumb children, because the last thing this earth needs is another useless rich kid. You see, if a rich kid buys a Ferrari that took thousands of hours to build, then that's thousands of hours of human labor wasted that could have been spent on something like helping the poor or developing a new vaccine. Now, if you earned the money yourself, go ahead and buy whatever you want. Maybe you deserve it. Well, Mike and I are friends now. When I asked him if he wanted to do homework with me, he responded, "What? You are doing your own homework? Huh? What do you mean? Well, everyone else here has tutors to do it for them. That's why I was surprised.
Well, damn. All right. That was kind of a nothing burger of a story. I thought that was going to be a lot better. It was kind of just talking about political opinions and then getting mad at rich people. I don't really understand the point of that shit completely. But, hey, I don't know. Okay. To wrap this up, it was literally just a fuck them kids ass story. Okay, to wrap this up, I'm going to watch a little bit of a shorter one because, yeah, I want to get up and get out of here. But, which one? I'm gonna watch a popular MSA one. I'll watch a popular MSA one. What should I watch? Brother wants to hide me from the world. This looks interesting. I guess. Maybe. We'll see.
But you can.
We'll see. Do you usually do YouTube streams? No, I do Twitch streams, but Twitch is down. Twitch is tweaking today. So I'm doing a brief YouTube stream, But yeah. If you want to really be on streams, follow the Twitch because I regularly stream on there. So yeah, do that. Don't follow me here, or you can follow me here. I don't really care. Follow me on Twitch though. That's where I mainly stream. Let's get to the last one. All right, brother wants to hide me from the world, but I'm a rebel.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and I'm something of a princess, but you can just call me Z. I was born into an almost royal family in England, and my parents were super rich.
Okay.
I had everything I could wish for. Well, almost. I didn't have
watch
any
Fairy
siblings.
Tales. I can watch Fairy Tales on here. I forgot. I can low key watch Fairy Tales on this.
Really wanted one. Once when I was 8, I was on a swing at the park when a kid pushed me and I landed in a puddle of mud. Hey, why'd you do that? You're on the big kid swings, loser. Go play on the kiddie slides.
Well, damn, why you gotta do that?
I think you're a liar. I charged towards him, but my nanny saw me just then and came running to stop me, and the boy ran off laughing. Later that night, I cried to my parents. If I had a sister or brother, no one would mess with me. We'd be such a great team. We'd kick everyone's butts together. Being an only kid sucks.
It really do. As an only child myself, bro, it's cool until it's not. Because you do get spoiled. You do get a lot of privacy. You do get to own your own things. But not having siblings, it just kind of puts you into the world by yourself to fight for yourself.
2 days later, they gave me the best news ever. I was getting a brother. Wow.
Okay.
Finally. I don't have to play with these anymore. I'm getting a little brother. Yay! Big brother, darling. We're adopting a boy from an orphanage who we really like. And he's a year older than you. Even better. But Shane was a...
I ain't really feeling this story. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't really feeling this one. Let me find something else. I ain't really feeling this one. This is kind of mid. Like, I was trying to let it cook, but it's kind of mid. I ain't gonna lie. This shit about to eat incest. Why you think it's gonna be incest, bro? Why is that your first conclusion, bro? Clyde wouldn't adopt a kid for nothing. Bro, I would for sure adopt a kid, bro. What's wrong with that? Somebody said stepbrother help. All right.
Hi, my name is Sasha.
Bro didn't give the food the chance to cook. I just wasn't really feeling it. Like, I was trying to, but like, I was kind of getting bored. And when I get bored, bro, I just kind of leave this shit. Let me go to one of the newer ones, bro. The newer ones, the animation's better too. I'm not just going back to one of the crazier ones, actually. The channel owner has to be a gooner. Yo, okay, so since we're on the cloud right now, yo, the cloud. What do y'all want? What type of content do you want to see on this channel? Since y'all are the cloud subscribers, what type of content do you want to see on this channel? I've been experimenting, bro. I've been experimenting. What type of content do you want to see on this channel? Let me know. Drama? IRL? I don't know anything from you. EDP watch? My story animated is cool. Okay. More anime vids. I've been thinking about doing that. Drama. I do drama on the One Cloud 9 rants. Go subscribe to that if you want to see drama. I wanted to make this channel more like just cool, fun content. I like MSA content. So I'm gonna keep on reacting to them. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't know. Today, the haul we've had today is kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie. But I know it's finna cook up. This last story's finna cook up. None of these seem appetizing. When a classy woman becomes poor, we'll just do this.
Hi, my name.
We'll do this. UDY. Y'all want UDY? Okay, we're gonna do UDY. UDY. Y'all begging for UDY. TikTok story times. Okay, we got some more of those. UDY. Tomorrow's teachings. We'll do some UDY, bro. We'll do some UDYs. Just do what Astro Dior does. Nigga, I gotta be myself, bro. I can't just do whatever. Gideon, TikTok story times. We'll do more TikTok story times. Alright. Or Mr. Nightmares videos. Niggas been telling me to react to that to ages. We'll do that. Alright. Okay. When a classy woman becomes poor. This is the last one we're doing. Alright.
Hi, my name is Charlotte. Please like and subscribe. I was born in Bordeaux, a beautiful city in France. When I was 8 years old, we moved to the USA because my dad got a great job there. The city we moved to was huge, filled with skyscrapers, shops, and opportunities, or so I was told. However, it didn't take long for things to start going downhill. When I began attending school there, my parents enrolled me in a private school for international students. Hi, everyone. My name is Charlotte. I'm 8 years old, and I come from France. I brought some Madeleines that my mom made for everyone today. Hi, Charlotte. I'm Laura from Italy. Do you want to hang out later today? Laura and I became very close. We would often take the same bus home, do our homework together, and even attend drawing classes together. Even though
My Little Pony ass video.
Being with her
This seems sweet.
Home. I was shy and liked to keep things to myself, while Laura was fun and a bit wild. Someone my mom wouldn't think was classy. Mom really didn't like Laura. She kept trying to make me hang out with kids from rich families that I didn't like. But I ended up making friends with 2 girls just so Mom would stop nagging me. One evening, I forgot to tell Mom I invited Laura over for dinner. Mom was really mean to Laura when she came. Charlotte mentioned your mom is a salesman.
I don't really like this either. Damn it, yo. Why, bro? These have hit the past 2 days. I don't really like this shit either. I ain't gonna lie. Damn it, I wanted to like it bad.
Hi, my name is...
I think we should just call it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to find a good one, bro. But, nigga, it's hard, bro. Usually what I do, I pre-plan it. But the one I already pre-planned is like 30 minutes, and I just don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing that. Because I don't feel like being on stream for that long, bro. So, it's... I'm gonna just find a... Do half. Okay. Alright. I don't want to do too crazy and then it'd be like too wild. But like I'm trying to do one that's like cool, but it's like not too crazy. Give me one more second, y'all. Yep, I got it. Yeah, I got it. 7 kids in 3 years at the age of 18. Let's get to it. Yep, this is the one. This is the one. 7 kids in 3 years at age 18. This is the one.
My twin sister and I have always tried to outdo each other. Who got better grades in school? Who was dating the hotter guy? And who could wear the sexiest dress without looking like a tramp?
Y'all both do. What the
Things got out of
hell?
control in our last year of high school. My sister was super jealous of my boyfriend, Dennis. She would constantly flirt with him and try to steal him away from me. So of course, I hated her to death. And when she offered my boyfriend Dennis to help him with his biology project, I freaked out and physically attacked her.
Yo,
I
why?
pulled her hair and tried to bite into her neck, but she was stronger than me and gave me a black eye. You see, my boyfriend Dennis was the perfect guy. He was popular, funny, and his rich parents had bought him a Mustang, so we could drive wherever we wanted. I guess my sister was scared I'd marry Dennis, because she knew she would never find a guy like him. You see, my sister is a very toxic person and only a fool would want to date her. I didn't care if she would end up with a loser boyfriend, though. I wished her the worst. But then she did something unspeakable.
Okay.
She got pregnant at 18. My mom freaked out and asked, "Who is the father?" To which she responded, "Dennis is the father of my child. We love each other deeply." I was speechless. And my mom asked, "Are you talking about your sister's boyfriend?"
Oh my God. Dennis was getting both of the twins, bro. What the hell? What? Dennis was having a time of his life, but at the same time, El Cheater.
Yes, he loves me deeply, and I'm sure he's soon gonna break up with my sister. I wasn't sure if she was
I don't know
messing
about
with me
that.
or telling the truth. I screamed, "Liar!" But she laughed and whispered into my ear, "Dennis gave me this baby, and we're gonna raise it together." I was petrified.
Hey, what if he just mistaken the two? They look very similar. I'm not gonna lie. You feel me? Maybe he just, you feel me, forgot. You feel me? I don't
I
know.
asked Dennis if he slept with my sister. He said no, but told me about this weird night where I had rang his bell at 2 a.m. and asked to sleep in his bed. So it was true.
I knew it. I knew she ran a play like that, bro. I don't know how you couldn't tell the difference, though. Isn't this your girlfriend, bro?
My
Cloud, this shit not real life. Nah, dip, bro. This is a fake story, but it's still entertaining.
sister had impersonated me to get pregnant by my boyfriend. I was ready to strangle her. How could she do this to me? And what did this mean for my relationship with Dennis? Seeing him raise a kid with my dreadful sister would kill me inside. I went to my mom and told my mom to punish my sister. She responded, "I understand you were mad at her.
What is she gonna do, bro? Y'all 18.
But right now she is pregnant and needs all the affection and love we can give her." It was frustrating. All I could do was wait for the baby. She turned out to be a beautiful girl, but I still hated her. A DNA test confirmed that she was Dennis's daughter, and whenever I spent time with him, his daughter was with us and getting all the attention. I couldn't help but feel jealous. As
You
if
jealous of a kid, bro? Like what? Like, yo, what?
things couldn't get worse.
Chat, what would y'all do if one of y'all twins cracked y'all girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever? I'm not gonna lie. We throwing hands first, and then we might have to duel a little bit, or I don't know, nigga. I might have to send you to God.
Dennis asked me if I was open for a triangle relationship with my sister, him, and I.
That nigga's bold as hell. What type of shot is that? Bro, you shooting from half court. You was Draymond Green. That's not your shot to take. But the thing is, you might go in. You feel me? You might be 2016 Draymond instead of 2025.
I responded, "Not in a million years." But I grew scared he would break up with me to date my sister. Since they had their baby,
Probably
they
would've
spent
happened.
a lot of time together and always got along well. It felt like Dennis was falling in love with her. So I did the only reasonable thing and got pregnant too. I thought Dennis would understand, but he didn't. He said, "How could you get pregnant without asking me for permission? I will never trust you again."
Wait. I didn't hear that properly. What he just say?
In love with her. So I did the only reasonable thing and got pregnant too. I thought Dennis would understand, but he didn't. He said, "How could you get pregnant without asking me for permission?"
Okay, first off, right? We gotta unpack some things real quick. How do you get pregnant without his permission? Aren't you the nigga who's doing it to her? Nigga, ain't this your fault? Why you not pulling out, buddy? Why you not pulling out? In a second. You feel me? You was all for her sister having your kid. But you pissed when she having your kid? I get you don't want to have to pay 2 child support bills. But at the same time, bro, it takes 2 to tango. What?
I will never trust you again. He was so upset that he took my sister as his second girlfriend.
Nah, bro.
And
You just wanted to do that the whole time, bro. You just got an excuse to do this shit, nigga. You just wanted an excuse to do it, bro. You just wanted an excuse, man.
Dennis seemed to love her more than
This
me.
already the 7.
I was murderously angry, and then my sister got pregnant again. I couldn't believe.
Are you serious? Y'all going band for band with kids? Bro, what do y'all think y'all is? Leah and Rachel? Bible knowledge. You gotta know ball.
Believe it. Now she had 2 babies with Dennis, while I only had 1. And he wasn't even mad at her for getting pregnant again. He seemed to love her.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. What is going on, bro? Yo, nah,
for only
man.
more. When my baby boy was born, I was very disappointed. I loved him a lot, but Dennis didn't. He spent most of his time with my sister and her daughter.
That's
why I took
crazy.
something very special from Dennis and went to a fertility center to get 8 of my eggs fertilized. I hoped for twins.
How would that make the situation better? he clearly doesn't care about your kids. Why would that make it even better? What? Where's the logic?
Even triplets, but nothing was guaranteed. I quickly knew I was pregnant, but I waited 4 months to get an ultrasound. With the image, I ran home and screamed at my sister, "Triplets! I have triplets!"
Brother, no. Oh, no. Yo, R.I.P. my boy's pocket, man. I ain't gonna lie. Where the cups of the rose at, man? Hold on. R.I.P. to my boy Dylan's pockets, man. Them child support bills finna be crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Hello? You telling me he has to deal with 5 kids? 5 kids? No, 6. Cause she having triplets, ain't she? Brother, oh God. 6 kids and you only 18?
"Liar!" she responded. So I showed her the ultrasound image and
Cups
said,
of the rose.
"Who's got more babies from Dennis now?" I could tell she was mad. There was no way she would catch up with my 4 babies. But then the unimaginable happened. My sister convinced Dennis that if he didn't leave me, I would get pregnant again.
Wait. Nah, don't tell me.
So he came up to me and said, "You've been nothing but toxic the last 2 years. I don't love you anymore, and I'm breaking up with you."
She's being toxic. Bro, what? What are you talking about? Wrong sound. What are you talking about? How has she been toxic? She's the victim in all of this. Bro, you telling me you cracked his sister. She forgave you, my nigga. Then you cared about your sister's kid more than hers. Then she gets a kid and you get mad at her. You get mad at your own girlfriend for getting a kid, but you're not mad at your girlfriend's sister for having your kid. What does that make sense? And now you finna leave your girl for her sister? My brain literally hurts. I can't comprehend this, bro. I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry. It's
What
over.
What type of Tubi ass movie is this, bro? What?
Children. I will
This
take
would be a
care of them
Tyler
half
Perry film if they were black.
of the time, and my parents will pay you child support. But don't ever contact me again. Wow. My
What?
boyfriend chose my sister over me. It broke my heart.
That's
but at least
crazy.
his rich parents pay me $1,500 per month for each child.
And then he got his parent to pay her? Well, she running up a bag, though.
But life was hard. I kept checking my sister's Instagram, and seeing her go on vacations with Dennis drove me insane. In my rage, I went
man.
back to the fertility center.
Quan Mills
I
ass
still had some
story.
of Dennis's seeds left in the freezer, so I could.
Why are you still trying to get pregnant by him? What do you gain? You already got 4 kids. He doesn't love you. What do you gain? Are you trying to get more child support money?
Got another 8 of my eggs fertilized. And again, after 5 months, I found out I had another set of triplets.
Oh my God, bro. What? Are you serious? How are you getting a hold of his kids? Did he not, you feel me, delete all of the batches last time, bro? Did he not learn?
I'm not sure why I did it. Maybe I wanted to get revenge on Dennis for leaving me.
Bro.
I still remember going over to his house and saying, "You got me pregnant again with triplets. We haven't touched each other in 10 months.
You're crazy.
I pretended to be my sister and visited you while she was shopping." "BS, you're lying." He smashed the door into my face. But when the babies were born, I did a DNA test and proved Dennis was the father. Of course.
Niggas went on Maury too. What? You didn't embarrass him on live television?
Of course he was suspicious. And unfortunately, his parents started an investigation where they found out about the fertility center. They proceeded to sue me and the clinic. It was the hardest time of my life.
Hey, deserved. You gave this man 7 kids. You have a whole starting 5. You got a 6-man and a 7-man off the bench. What are we talking about, man? What? Huh? What? This nigga Dylan got 10 kids at 19. Brother, yo, what? He has a whole basketball team. What are we talking about? Football starting 5. Minus the fullback or some shit.
Taking care of 7 babies while
Bro
dealing
was
with a
going
lawsuit
broke.
was unbearable. I was sure I'd go to prison, but the judge said it was the fertility center's fault. They should have never fertilized my eggs without the consent of the sperm donor. Therefore, the clinic has to pay me $2 million in child.
How did you succeed? What? How did you end up winning in this whole situation? What?
Support over the next 18 years. Meanwhile, Dennis only has to pay child support for our first child. Unfortunately,
And you still
he doesn't
lost
wanna
with
see
Dennis.
Any of my children.
I
wonder if
wouldn't
I'll
either,
find
even though, you feel me, I would take care of the kids.
A boyfriend who's willing to help me raise 7 kids.
That's your fault. That's your fault. That is your fault. That's the end of the story? Okay, well, that is interesting. All right. Okay, that's it. What do y'all think about that, bro? Raising 7 kids is egregious. I ain't gonna lie. This shit is insane. I'm gonna give that story. That's an 8.9 out of 10. That's an 8.9 out of 10. That shit egregious, bro. But if you want to see more of these, subscribe. Whatever. Trash ass ending. Okay. Damn, I'm tired. Fuck. We might have to call it a night. I'm tired. Shit.
Charlotte, I'm Laura.
Cut that out. We'll just keep that. Give me 1 second, chatters. Well, damn. Damn, my mic is loud. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Damn, that's a long ass video. All right. We're done. I'm tired. We're done. My brain hurts. The last stories kind of cooked me. If you want to see me live, follow my Twitch and join those. All right. Next week, I will be streaming on this channel and on the Twitch. But if you want to be a part of Sky Crew, join the Twitch and you can chat and whatever. I ain't gonna lie. W streamed out, even though it was 30 minutes. We had a full 2-hour stream on Twitch, but Twitch kind of booted me off, so it's whatever. But yeah, we're gonna be back. Love y'all. Can't play music. Goodbye. Stay safe. Sky Crew. Hold on, I'm gonna start a saying right now. Sky Crew, stay fly. I like that. All right, Sky Crew. Stay fly.